Hello everyone, hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So in today's video I'm starting with another topic which is population. So let's proceed. So under population we are going to study about population attributes. And we will study about population growth. So in this particular video, I will be discussing about population and population attributes. So we will start it by knowing the definition of population. So we will see here that population does not define any isolated individual. It defines any group of individuals living in a well-defined geographical area where they can share or compete for the resources. Share or compete for the resources. And they naturally, potentially interbreed. And by potentially interbreeding, they are producing offspring which are fertile. And these fertile offsprings are increasing the numbers of their population. So population is an important concern for ecological studies also, and for that we are including both asexual and sexual reproducing organisms, because when we are talking about living organisms and their population side in relation to the ecosystem, we will always consider the organisms which are asexually reproducing, for example microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, and we will also include those organisms which are sexually reproducing. So we will see here that how population is linked to ecological study. Linked to ecological studies. So it is linked with the ecology. It is linked to the population genetics. And it is linked with the evolution. How? Whenever there is a change in environment, so ecological means that there will be some changes in environment. The population genetics. So if we are talking about any particular population, so from that particular population, some individuals will cope up with the change environment. So from the population, there will be some individual that will be able to cope with the changes environment. So what will happen now? The changing environment will be selected and it will evolve with desired trait. So this becomes the concept of natural selection. So we have seen that how population study or ecological studies are linked. So let's talk about population attribute, and here I am going to discuss about birth rate and death rate. Suppose there are 100 fishes in a pond, and after a year we see that the number increased to 150 fishes. So here we can see that number increasing by 50. So how we are going to calculate for birth rate is we are taking the new individuals, that is 50, and the number which we observed initially. So it becomes 0.5. So this is how we are going to calculate birth rate, and how we write it. It is 0.5 offspring per fishes per year. So birth rate, here rate also refers to per capita. So now we will see about death rate. So from the same example, so there were 100 fishes in a pond, and after a year we saw that the number decreased to 50 fishes. So same way we are going to calculate here also, that we are going to take the number of decreased fishes. So here we can see that 20, and initially the count was 100, so it becomes 0.2. So 0.2 individual per fish per year is the death rate. So now I will discuss about another population attribute, which is age pyramid. So basically in age pyramid we will see that population is classified as 3 different stages. Population, and these 3 stages are pre-reproductive stage, reproductive stage, and third one is post-reproductive stage. So on the basis of this age distribution, we are going to estimate the population size, and the graphical representation are of 3 types. These are expanding, stable, and declining. So let us understand that what is pre-reproductive stage, reproductive stage, and post-reproductive stage. So basically these are the age pyramid classification method. So in pre-reproductive stage, we generally know that that stage where the offspring or the individual cannot reproduce. Second is the reproductive stage where the reproduction start, and the post-reproductive stage is the menopause stage from where the person goes aging. So we know that pre-reproductive age, we say that it is below 18, from 20 to 40 years if we are talking about human, and from 40 to 70 we say that menopause stage or post-reproductive stage. So on the basis of these age reproduction, we are going to represent it graphically to see the population size. So in case of expanding, it is also known as growing population. So how this graph is represented, so we can see here that the pre-reproductive stage is expanding type. That means the population below age of 18 is higher. So we can say that the reproductive stage will also increase. And we can see that the death rate or post-reproductive stage is very low. So this is particularly a graphical representation of expanding population. So here we can take an example of India population, which we know that it is the second largest populated country. Next we will see about stable graph. So in a stable kind of condition, the pre-reproductive stage and post-reproductive stages will look similar, are stable. And graph of this looks like so stable kind of graph does not vary too much. The post-reproductive, the reproductive and pre-reproductive stages are in a equal form. So now next we will see about declining graph. So in declining kind of condition, the post-reproductive age is more than the pre-reproductive stage. So how? We will see it here. So this is how the graph looks like for declining type of population, where the post reproductive age or old age is more than the teenage. So these are the three important age pyramid attributes. Next very important concept which I will discuss here is population density. So we will see that population density is denoted by capital letter N, and we say that population density defines the total number of individual in unit area. So when we are talking about total number of individuals, we are talking about animals also, plants also, and microorganisms also. So in case of animals, like if I say that there is an area of 100 square kilometer, and in that area there are 50 tigers, for plants, if I say that there are 100 trees in 1 hectare land, for microorganisms I say that there are 100 to 400 colonies per Patrick plate. So I am defining the number of individual with their unit area. Estimation done by calculating each and every individual is not possible in every cases. So what we do, we take samples for estimations from small area, and on the basis of small samples the predictions are given for large area. What we do in Duncan-Peterson index, we capture some samples. Suppose we take 50 frogs and we represented it with first sample, which are all marked. Then after few weeks we collected 30 frogs. This is known as second sample, which is recaptured. And out of these 30 frogs, we saw that 5 frogs were those which are previously marked. So we use a formula here, which is marked first sample into second sample divided by marked recaptured. That means the number which we recaptured, out of which how many were marked, how many we obtained which were previously marked. So now we can calculate it, 50 into 30 by 5. So here we see that 1500 by 5 and it becomes 300. So we can see that the population density of frog from where we have collected is 300. 300 is the population density. So this is all from this video. In next video I will discuss about population growth. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.